Hi, Lisa Soland here with another writer's tip of the day. And the tip for today is encourage other writers. When I was a freshman in college, there was a professor who I was blessed enough to get a class with. His name was Dr. Karim. And I believe it was an introduction to Shakespeare class, and we were going to be reading through some great Shakespeare plays. But he made an announcement, I believe it was on the first day of class, and he said that if anybody would like extra credit, they could write some poems, and he would give the individual extra credit. And I thought, well, I'll probably need all the help I can get. So I sat down and I wrote a poem and had no idea if it was any good or not. But I wrote it, I worked on it. I probably worked on it more than I did the class assignments. And I let him know that I had a poem, and I think I even handed it in. And he set up a meeting to meet with me, and I met him at his office, and we sat down at his desk with the two chairs and my poem there between us. And he had a pen, and he went through every single beat of that poem. We talked about the commas. We talked about the periods. And trying to think, I think the name of the poem was Time Knot. Time and then K-N-O-T, Time Knot. Excuse me. Undefined and so unclear, for human life it causes fear. Never arrives, continually flows, never ceases, always knows. The clock ticks onward, never changing pace. It's an elegant position of its maturing face. Always far, never near, undefined and so unclear. And when I wrote that, I can't believe that I still remember that, but when I wrote it, I was very careful with the commas and everything. But I'd never had anybody to sit down with me. And I mean, I'd been writing poetry since the 5th grade. But he sat down with me and he talked me through every beat. He taught me about iambic pentameter, and it was remarkable. And we sat there, I bet, for an hour. And he was willing to sit there with me and discuss the most important thing to me. I mean, I find that amazing. How often does that happen in life? It doesn't happen that often. But what I want to say is that Dr. Karim has lived in my mind. And I still remember not so much what he looked like. I remember his accent. I remember his kindness. But I mostly remember just the fact that he'd be willing to help me. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. I just felt so happy in such a deep way that's hard to even put into words. So if you're lacking encouragement in your life, encourage others. Encourage other writers if you're a writer. And you'll realize that in those moments of encouraging others, you yourself get encouraged.